deliberations will come to order. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Kniezek.
Here.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Here.
Commissioner Basham.
Here.
Commissioner Killeen.
Yep, here.
Chair Scott.
Present.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, approval of the December 1st, 2020 meeting minutes.
I'll move approval of the minutes, Madam Chair. Colleen.
Moved by Colleen. Is there support?
Support.
Thank you. Supported by Commissioner Clark-Coleman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposes? Hearing none. Motion carries. Next item, please.
C, old business. There is none.
Next item, please.
Item D1, under new business, communication from Eric Sabri, Wayne County Treasurer, forwarding a report on legal cases involving the Treasurer's Office in fiscal year 2019-2020.
I have a motion on this.
So move.
Is there support?
Colleen supports.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposes? Hearing none, roll call attached. I'm sorry, it's so hard for me to hear, but next item, please.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the State of Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs.
Thank you. Anyone to speak on this? Are there
Yes,
any questions?
Barbara Johnson, Chief Deputy Register of Deeds.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Any questions of Barbara? Barbara, you would just want to give us a little report on it, please.
Well, every year, the state of Michigan gives all of the counties grant funding to do survey, monumentation, and remonumentation of corners that are property defining. And it's a mandatory program. And the funds for the program are generated by each county charging a remonumentation fee of $4 for most types of documents that are recorded. And of that amount, $3.94 goes to the state and the counties get to keep 6 cents. And then based on how much remonumentation funds that you submitted, that's used as one of the factors in determining the size of the grant. And it's also based on the size of the county too. So there's a formula they use to determine the grant amount.
Thank you, Barbara. Any questions to Barbara? Hearing none, can I have a motion and support?
Colleen moves. Oh. Who was that? Go first.
Basham.
I support Ray Basham's motion.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Killeen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 5-year administrative services contract and Medicare Advantage plan with Blue Care Network of Michigan.
Okay, anyone to speak on this?
Good afternoon. This is Claire Mason Lee. I am Director of Benefits and Disability Administration, Risk Management, and M&D Administration. I'm here in the capacity of Director of Benefits and Disability Administration. I also have with me on the call our Regional Accounts Manager with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Her name is Nikki Hughes, if you have any questions specifically for Blue Cross and Blue Care Network. So actually items 3 and 4 are both mine,
Oh, okay.
Commissioner. So the first one is the Blue Care Network contract. Both of these contracts are for the healthcare and medical service coverage for all of our employees, as well as retirees of the county that are still eligible for benefits. And this is a renewal after an RFP process that occurred earlier this year.
Okay, well, we can take both of those together. Are there any questions of Ms. Mason or Ms. Nikki Hughes?
Yeah, Madam Chair, Colleen,
Go ahead.
I see these are for what are referred to as non-Medicare eligible employees and retirees. How many non-Medicare eligible employees and retirees do we have in the county?
Ms.
Hi.
Mason, can you answer that?
Oh. This is
My
Hello?
apologies, I was on mute.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, Nikki, would you like to answer?
Sure. Thank you, Claire. Good afternoon. My name is Nikki Hughes, and I'm here on behalf of Blue Cross Blue Shield and Blue Care Network. And today there are approximately 3,100 non-Medicare eligible employees and retirees.
Well, that's more employees than we have. Do you know the breakdown with the retirees versus current folks?
I can definitely get that information for you shortly. I do not have that figure in front of me right now, but within a few minutes I can get that information for
Yeah,
you.
the 3,100 number, that's a lot of people that aren't eligible for Medicare. I don't know what all
Oh,
That's because of age, Commissioner Colleen.
okay,
and-
I guess I'm not there yet to find out, huh?
and and I apologize, I misunderstood your question. I thought you wanted to know the total number of non-Medicare eligible active employees and retirees. So that
Well-
$3,100 represented both.
Yeah, it still sounds like a lot of people. Okay, and what's the difference between these two? I read the description.
Mhm.
It's benefits for non-Medicare eligible employees and retirees fully insured. What's the difference between these two? What are the two different populations that these contracts are aimed at?
So the difference between the two is that we have Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, which is the PPO plan, and Blue Care Network of Michigan, which is the HMO plan. So
Okay.
all our entities are tied together. They are technically separate.
Okay, I got you. It's the PPO versus the HMO. Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you, Madam Chair.
all right, thank you. Any others? All right. Thank you, Ms. Mason and Ms. Hughes.
Madam Chair, I'll move items 3 and 4 for approval, the two Blue Cross Blue Shield contracts.
Support.
Thank you. And moved by Commissioner Colleen, supported by Commissioner Clark Coleman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item, please.
Item 5, requesting commissioner approval of modification to a grant agreement with the State of Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs.
Okay. All right, anyone to speak on this? Are there any questions on it?
Through the chair, this is Joe. I found out yesterday that there is an MIDC meeting going on today where basically all the key people that would normally be here for this are having to attend that meeting, which is in Lansing, and it's dealing with the Wayne County's 2021 plan is on the agenda. So that's why they had to be at that meeting.
Right, I'm sorry, I forgot that. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, this is just a routine, just a 2-month extension, no additional money.
Right.
Okay, can I have a motion and support on this? Thank you, Joe.
Colleen moves.
Moved by Commissioner Colleen, is there support?
Support.
I heard two people, who was it?
Take your pick.
Ray or Irma, one of the two.
All right, supported by Irma Clark Coleman, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposes? Hearing none. Next item, please.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of modification to a 2-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with the Mike Cox Law Firm.
Okay, is there any questions on this? This is no additional monies, just additional time. Any questions?
Yeah, this is, Madam Chair, Colleen, this is the same, didn't we see this last meeting or a meeting ago to approve this?
Yeah, but this is for a little more time.
Yeah, I got that, but I just
Okay.
want to make sure it's the same contract that we looked at to approve not that long ago.
It is.
Through the chair, actually, this is a different contract with
Is
the
it?
Mike Cox Law Firm. The other
Oh.
one is the other one is dealing with some arbitration matters. The other two.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was arbitration.
So this is with the DOJ investigation into the jails. It's ongoing.
Yep. Do we have a number of how many contracts, different contracts we have with this law firm?
Right now, there are 3 active.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but are you saying there's still no additional money, just time?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions, please? Hearing none, I need a motion and support, please.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Ray Basham. Is there support? Is there support?
Support, Colleen.
Okay, thank you. Supported by Commissioner Kling. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposes?
Aye.
Hearing none, all, motion carries. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble hearing with this computer today. Next item, please.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of retroactive modification 10 to a 1-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Kilpatrick and Associates.
Is there anyone to speak on this? Are there any questions?
Yes.
Okay,
Basham.
Joe, can you speak on this, please?
I can certainly help. Commissioner Basham's question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Madam Chair, if I may,
Go ahead, please.
how did the treasurer's office allow them to go so much over budget? And it's like, the treasurer's office allowed them to work over, but not to exceed up to 50,000, but they went over that. And it's also retroactive. It's not because of the time being up, but having to go back and add funds to the previous contract. And how was this allowed to happen by the treasurer? So in other words, the treasurer's office allowed them to spend over the 50,000. And then also on top of that, it's retroactive. But the retroactive is actually go back and fund what they didn't go through the commission for to begin with.
I really can't address the the reasoning why. The only reason it's retro is because of the overspend, but the reason why I'm not sure.
Well, and that's why I'm, Madam Chair, I will be a no vote on this.
Okay.
Just to
Is
send a
there
message.
anyone else that can speak on this? Any other questions?
Yeah, Madam Chair, Colleen, I have a question.
Okay,
two.
go ahead. Maybe
Thank
Joe
you.
can answer it.
I hope.
Yeah, well, I hope somebody from administration is here too, from Corporation Counsel. How did this contract begin? Did it begin as one of those legal contracts that was under a certain dollar threshold? So we didn't see the beginning of this? Was it one of those?
That was this is actually before my time, because this actually goes back a good 10+ years. So I'm really not sure.
Yeah. And
Is
the
there
other thing-
anyone from the administration on that can speak?
Good morning. This is Gwendolyn DeYoung, Principal Attorney for Corporation Counsel. I'm not familiar with this contract, but I can get your questions to Corporation Counsel.
Yeah, that makes it tough when we can't answer it at the meeting. And I'm curious about the 2-year extension here. This has been going on for a little while, and we have been adding dollars to it. And now we're saying we need 2 more years. What's the trajectory of this case? Why is it taking another 2 years? At least. Or maybe there's another reason to extend the contract for 2 years. I'm not sure, but I'm wondering about the 2-year extension.
Through the chair, it's actually not a specific case. This is just ongoing responsibilities that this firm has. It's not a specific case.
Okay, that's what my question anticipated. It either a specific case or there's another reason, and that's the reason. All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Can I have a motion and support on this, please? Hello?
Well, Madam Chair, I'll make the motion. Maybe I'll just have an omnibus that I'll move everything when it comes to committee. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll move this for approval, Madam Chair.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Clean makes the motion, and Commissioner Clark Coleman supports. All in favor?
Aye.
And a no vote for Commissioner Basham.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a cooperative purchase agreement with AT&T Corporation.
Is there anyone to speak on the AT&T? Is there anyone that can speak on the AT&T?
Yes, this is Cheryl. I'm here from DOIT, and we also have Carlos Perez.
All right, can you speak on this then, please?
Yes, this is an amendment to add funds to our VoIP IP Flex contract. It is to assist us to pay the invoices that we had to bring us up to the current fiscal year.
Oh, I'm really losing my sound now.
I hear you, Commissioner.
Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, Colleen, if I may.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
That was a very terse and short description. We have back pills that we have to pay. That's why we're doing this. First Amendment.
I'm sorry about that. I was having computer issues also trying to unmute. Yes, this is the VoIP IP Flex contract, and we've been transitioning over to VoIP.
Yes,
so
we have.
I'm sorry?
I just said, yes, we have been transitioning. Yes.
So with the contract, we had ran out of funds. So this amendment is to add funds to be able to pay the invoices for July, August, September, and June, July, August, and September. And then we have funds for the new fiscal year with the current contract.
You already have funds for the current fiscal year?
Yes, this is just to be able to pay for last fiscal year.
So where are we with the budget for this project? Since we're adding dollars, are we going over the original budget for this project?
Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get Carlos to speak to that.
Is Carlos online?
There we go. Hello, I apologize. I guess I was still on mute. This is Carlos Perez, CIO.
Carlos?
Yes. I'm hoping you can hear me okay.
We can hear you.
So, thank you. So, this is typically a budget question, and I would have imagined that Magic would be the one to speak on it. But I do know that we have been trying to manage what the voice over IP contract was going to be as we migrated the old Centrex phone numbers to the new system. So we never really knew exactly how much traffic, call volume, how many lines total we're going to be migrated over. My assumption is that since they have most of the system moved over, the contract amount needs to be raised a bit. The major issue that we've had, which I brought up last week in full board, is that the old Centrex analog lines have been much more expensive than we thought they were going to be. And so while these are still within the budget that we expected voice over IP to be roughly 1.3 million per year. We're still paying quite a bit for the old Centrex lines. But to answer your question a little bit more specifically, I was thinking while I was talking, this is still within what we expected for the voice over IP migration.
Okay, and thank you for that. And can we say that we had to, with contractors, we had to switch horses in midstream because the first contractor was so expensive?
You mean, I'm sorry, you're talking about the old phones or the contractor?
I don't want to get into, you referenced the expense of the earlier contractor.
Oh, I get it. So they're both AT&T. One is an old system that was developed in the 60s, and this is the newer digital phone line system, which is much cheaper. I apologize. I said contractor. I meant contractor.
That's okay. The newer system is, what do I want to say? The older system just doesn't suit our needs. And it would be too expensive to upkeep that.
Correct. I mean, just to put it in perspective, the old system didn't even support caller ID.
Okay. All right. And we're still on budget. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Killeen. Anyone else? Can I have a motion and support on this, please? Can you hear me?
Move approval.
Moved by Commissioner Clark Coleman. Is there support? Colleen, you want to support this?
Yes, ma'am. I'll support.
All right. Supported by Commissioner Colleen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item, please.
9, an update from the Detroit Institute of Arts.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Dave Flynn. I'm Senior Vice President for Public and Community Affairs. And with us today from the DIA team is Julie McFarland from Public Affairs, Judith Dokart, our Deputy Director, Christine Klostra, our Executive Director of Marketing and Communications, and Salvador Solor-Pons, who is the CEO and Director. First, I want to thank Tim Killeen, who's Vice Chair of the Arts Authority and liaison to the Commission, for all of his hard work and advice that he offers us. And before we get into a quick presentation today, we'd be remiss if we didn't extend our condolences for the loss of a longtime Commissioner, Jewel Ware, who was a great supporter of the museum, and her district, I think, encompassed the DIA, and we just want to extend our condolences, and our thoughts are with you during this difficult time.
Thank you, and yes, it does. We appreciate your condolence.
I think we have a PowerPoint to put up on the screen. I believe Joe is going to set that up.
I have
Okay.
it. 1 second. I'm trying to pull up the PowerPoint.
And basically, the first slide just talks about how we reopened the museum back in July, and we hired a consulting firm that has advised us on all the highest safety protocols and the cleaning protocols and standards that we have met since we've reopened. And we only allow 50 visitors per each half hour to come to the museum to make sure that people are properly social distanced, and they reserve their tickets online. And one of the things we do when they first get into the building is we do a temperature check to make sure that they meet that requirement. And we've kind of redesigned the museum so people flow in one way and they enter the building at Farnsworth, but they don't leave at the same access point to make sure that people are cross-pollinating as much as they used to. And we do the same thing with our galleries. And it's really an amazing time to be at the museum because you do get to see these things without the huge crowds that used to happen. Obviously, we hope to get back to that point, but it is a unique opportunity to come to the museum and reflect and have the opportunity to have some of the galleries, sometimes all by yourself. And we are really proud that we were able to reopen the museum. We're committed to keeping that open as long as possible. And we have our new hours that we have that are Wednesday through Sunday. And we encourage you to come down to the museum and see the great collection that has always been there. And Salvador will talk a little bit about the special exhibitions that we have going that are really targeted to residents of Wayne County and Metro Detroit and Michigan that have a historical value to them. And so to our next slide, we'll talk about our school program. Obviously, we're not allowed to bring school children down, which was probably our most popular program that we did. Before COVID, last year, we brought over 40,000 Wayne County students down to the museum, 20,000 from the city of Detroit. And, we had to kind of reinvent ourselves. And now we're working on virtual field trips, kits for schools, different workshops for teachers and professional development. And obviously, these are things that we can use as an additional asset once we get out of COVID. But we do hope to get back once the vaccine hits, hopefully next fall, to a normal program where we bring students down to the museum and they have an opportunity to get tours and to see an amazing collection that provides free admission and free transportation. And as I talked about, we do have virtual workshops that we have developed in our education and learning and audience engagement departments. Refresh, Restore, Revitalize, our VTS strategies. We have our Detroit Style and the Ofrenda exhibition, which is always very popular, along with a few other things. And we have partnership programs with Detroit Public School Community District for our Cultural Passport program, and workshops for one of our oldest and best programs, the Student Art Show, in Detroit Public Schools, as well as we're working with the Wayne RISA for aspiring administrators. And these things are all virtual, they are all free, and they're all intended to increase and help teachers during this difficult time, providing curriculum and providing programming free of cost. Obviously, we used to bring seniors down for anybody who wanted to come down every Thursday and have a tour and have a cookie reception. And we would provide that transportation and that programming every Thursday at 1 p.m. But now we've reinvented that into a virtual program. And obviously, you can catch that online every Thursday at 1 p.m. But we also do have those videotapes so you can watch them at your convenience. We continue to do behind the scene art kits that are virtual. And we have a senior art kit pilot program that we're exploring where we'll send out an art kit to seniors and senior centers and allow them to have an activity that's related to the Detroit Institute of Arts. Last but not least is our community partnership program, and one of the biggest things and longest standing programs we have is Inside Out, which are the reproductions we put out in the local community. We find community partners, we work with them, they pick out the artwork that they think reflects the diversity, inclusiveness of their community. And we're proud that we've done that this year, and we're going obviously to do that in 2021. And the Art Authority approved a program plan, I believe last week or a few weeks ago. But this is a really robust program. And it's one of the things we can do during social distancing is go out to the community and do this and put public art and mural projects out in local municipalities where people can walk by and really have this for generations to come. And so obviously we have a ton of partners in Wayne County, but just to highlight a few of them on the next slide. We have a 3-year agreement with the Wayne County Community College District and all those great institutions and more that are on the screen. And after the meeting, we'll send all the commissioners a 1-pager to the benefits that you have for the DIA now in the virtual world. And we'll have the direct links that you can actually click on and get this programming without having to go through the entire website to find it. And what we'd encourage you to do is pass this out through your networks and your community and your constituencies so they understand that, they're still getting a value at the DIA millage, even in a COVID world. And so these are great benefits that we have at the museum. And I think this is the first time that we were able to come out here and give a presentation after our re-election millage, but we're proud that every single community in Wayne County, every single municipality voted in favor of the renewal of the millage. And we want to thank you for your support over the years and for your ability to allow us to come and present and talk about the great programming that we have and get your advice on how we can do better. And so with that, I will turn this presentation over to my boss, the CEO and director of the museum, Salvador Salort Pons.
All right, thank you, Mr. Flynn.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks to the commission to allow us to present today. And just want to join in the words that Dave shared with you. We're very grateful for the opportunity, and also we're very grateful to Wayne County for the renewal of the millage this year. And we look forward to continue working with you. We have a great team in place, and I think our programs are going to get better and better in the upcoming months. One of the programs that we offer, and we offer for free for the residents of Wayne County, it's our exhibition program. And we have right now a wonderful exhibition on view, Detroit Style Car Design in the Motor City, 1950-2020, that really tells the story of car design in Detroit. We have 12 cars in the building. Some of them were prototypes, others are cars made for the market. And we tell the story of car design in America. Detroit was the city that invented car design. Detroit is the city that put the world on wheels, and we wanted to tell that story to the entire community. So it's a great show. It's very beautiful. It comes with an amazing catalog. The exhibition has received a wonderful coverage in all the local media outlets and also nationally, with a very important article in the New York Times. And the Wall Street Journal selected the exhibition catalogs as one of the 20 recommended gifts for this season. The other exhibition that we have open now, it is Russ Marshall, Detroit Photographs. This is a photographer from Pennsylvania who came to Detroit several times, and then in the 1970s he was taking photos of the festivals in the summer, and also the people who were there and the auto workers. So it's just a beautiful collection of black and white photos of the people who made the cars that we show in the car design exhibition. Very, very beautiful show. I think it would resonate very well with the residents of Wayne County. Many of them have family or friends or know of people who were involved or are involved with the automotive industry, which is the greatest contribution that Detroit has provided to humankind. Thank you. Next slide. And finally, we will be opening this exhibition, Temporary Contemporary, at the beginning of 2021. It's an exhibition that has been put together by our Deputy Director, Judith Dolkart, who is on the call and who you will be seeing her a lot in the upcoming years. She's going to be really running our education and curatorial and public programs. And this exhibition tells the story of the works of art in contemporary art that the museum has been acquiring for the community. We are very fortunate at the DI to have funds restricted for acquisitions. These are placed in the endowment for acquisitions that we can only use to buy works of art, and we continue to enlarge and enrich our collection for the benefit of the residents of Wayne County. All of these exhibitions will be free for all the residents. And I just want to say that the service agreement, the millage, really provides wonderful support for our school senior community partnership program, plus free admission. But all the work that we do in exhibitions, we need to raise the money for. And for these two exhibitions, we raised almost $2 million. And that allows us to provide it for free to the residents of Wayne County. And with that, I'd like to open the floor for any questions that you might have for me.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful presentation. Does any of the commissioners have any questions of Mr. Salvador, Mr. Flynn?
Madam Chair, I don't have a question, but I'd like to add to the report just quickly.
Thank you, Commissioner Colleen. Go ahead.
As was mentioned, I sit on the Arts Authority Board, and the Arts Authority is created under Michigan law. There's a law for authority boards. And our main function there is to make sure that the dollars that were approved by the citizens in the millage get annually transferred accurately to the DIA. But we also have a contract with the DIA. You've heard it referred to as the service agreement. But since public dollars are going into the DIA, in that service agreement, we stipulate for bringing busloads of students down, for providing transportation for seniors, for doing educational outreach and help curriculum building with teachers. There's 3 areas that we specify in the neighborhood of 200 to 250,000 of that millage has to be spent annually on those areas. This year with COVID, of course, as was mentioned, the students aren't coming down, the seniors aren't coming down. The Art Authority and the DIA just signed a letter of agreement. And what the DIA is going to do is money that they had been obligated to spend for teacher education, for students, for seniors. The dollars that they don't spend this year under the letter of agreement are dollars that they will spend once we can resume those activities. So we're not going to lose any of the dollars for seniors and for teachers and for students to come down. So I wanted to make the my colleagues aware of that. This report is an annual report that that the commission requires the DIA to come back over and report to us. So I just wanted to put in a little bit more of the background, Madam Chair. Oh, and the Arts Authority Board and the DIA at every one of our meetings, let's say, has vigorous discussions about how the DIA can be more involved in the community around Wayne County. So we're always talking about new ideas, new places for the DIA to go with some of their programs. I think it's fair to characterize it as vigorous discussions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
No, and thank you, Tim, for all that you do with the DIA. Anyone else have any questions or comments?
Uh-oh. We still have you, Madam Chair? All these connectivity problems.
Am I to the vice president, vice chair?
Yeah, I can handle it if you want, Irma. I was just checking to see if our chair was still here.
I want to keep it rolling.
Yep, we've had one of those big solar flare things that have interrupted some electronic communication. Okay, are there any questions from, I'm going to, as the vice chair, I'm going to step in here. Are there any questions from committee members for the DIA and its presentation? Well, hearing none, we don't have to, I don't think we have to take a vote on this. It's just an update.
Okay.
But, oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I lost
That's
the
okay.
connection for a moment.
That's okay. I was just about to wrap this up as vice chair for this item, and I'll turn over item 10 to you, Madam Chair.
Very good. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, since we didn't have questions, I do want to thank the DIA for coming today and bringing its team. It's a weird world doing Zoom, but thank you guys so much for the update that you've brought back to the commission. And we'll see you in January at an Arts Authority meeting. Madam Chair, that takes care of item 9.
All right. Thank you so much. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of a settlement in the matter of Janine Petty versus Wayne County.
Can I have a motion on this? We need to go into closed session.
So moved.
Hello?
So moved.
So moved
Yep.
by
And I support going into
Commissioner
closed
Basham to
session.
go into closed session. Is there support?
Yeah, Colleen does.
All right. Do we need a motion for approval?
Need to do a roll call vote.
Yeah, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yeah. Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Colleen,
Yes.
Chair Scott.
Yes,
We are now moving into closed session.
thank you.
Move
Number
it
10,
off.
please.
Oh, okay. I support Ray Basham's motion.
All right. Thank you so much. Moved by Mr. Basham, supported by Tim Colleen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you so much, Mr. Young.
You're welcome.
Next item, please.
E, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I don't know of any.
Through the chair.
Next item.
Madam Chair?
Madam
Yes.
Chair? Yes.
Lucas Wagner.
Yes. It's under my son's name. This is Aaron Wagner, the procurement director. I just wanted to inform the committee that there are two items that we tried to get on today that look like they'll be going up for immediate consideration. There are two crucial contracts through M&B. One is an amendment to extend the time and compensation of the guidehouse agreement to help the county as it relates to reporting the expenditures of the CARES Act post December 30th. The second is exercising our first extension of the MAC engagement, which will also bring the procure to pay licensing through the next year as we're contemplating that program being sunsetted by Oracle Cloud.
Anyone have any questions of Mr. Wagner? All right, thank you. I guess we'll have it on full board.
Can I go back to number 10? Was there a motion to actually approve the item?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was.
Yes, it was
I know
Basham and Colleen.
It was
Okay.
moved and supported.
Thank
you.
It was.
Yep. Also, Commissioner Scott, in terms of other items that are going to full board, there will be two collective bargaining agreements with the two AFSCMEs. We have the supervisors and have been working on it. We do not have the non-supervisors yet, but they're both supposed to be here. Hopefully they'll be here. I mean, hopefully they'll both be going to full board.
Oh, okay, so there'll be about 4 additionals on full board. Okay. All right, thank you. Next item.
F, public comments.
Anyone from the public wishing to make a statement? Anyone from the public? Any of the issues that we had on the agenda today you wish to speak on? Did we unmute everybody?
Yes, everyone's unmuted.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Barbara Miller and I am a member of the Art Authority. And through the work of Tim Colleen, the board members were informed of this meeting, and because the Art Institute was on the agenda, we were invited to attend. I wanted to add that the DIA has a service agreement not only about schools and senior citizens, but also community groups. That would be art councils are invited to book a bus, historical societies, library groups, and that's widely popular in all of the communities. And I wanted to talk about the DIA. It's always available to service community groups. I want to thank Tim Colleen as the liaison between the commission and the Art Authority Board for his dedication, his promptness. He's always sending us messages and keeping us informed. And I'm speaking, I'm sure, for all the members of the board. We're very grateful to Tim.
And we're grateful to have him on. So thank you, Ms. Miller. Hello?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Were you finished?
I am. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Anyone else wishing to speak? Next item, please.
Adjournment.
Move adjournment.
Moved by Commissioner Clark Coleman. Is there support?
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposes? I'm sure there isn't. All right. Thank you. Thank you all so much. And I apologize again for not being able to hear well today. But there's always one thing or another with my pad. But thank you. Have a good evening.
Like you're the only one, Madam Chair.